Just going to have the one match tonight, most likely, because I didn't want to plan too much, because this is the first time I've streamed with the new internet. Well, no, it's actually not the new internet. It's the same internet, but it's supposed to be fixed now. I didn't want to plan it, you know, more than this, and then not have any internet to stream with. So we'll see how it does. We'll see how the internet holds up for a whole match here. That's all that we've got planned for today, but it should be good though. Dark versus Oski. I'm excited to see more of Oski. He's, I think, one of the potentially underrated players in the one scene, even by myself. Dark's playing with the name Mohammed for some reason. I'm not sure why he's decided to play as Mohammed today, but this is Dark. I was actually messaging him earlier, and he was going by the name Dark on his Steam, and then he just changed his name to Mohammed. 7, of course, in Arabic. Well, Arabic English text, because obviously they don't use the same alphabet as we do in English. So when they want to get a thick H sound, they write a 7, so that's why it's Mohammed. Just like A7MD would be Ahmed, and so on. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard me say that many times, but there's always new people tuning into the live streams, tuning into the videos, so I've got to explain the Middle Eastern players and their numbers in their names. I could ask him to change his name to Dark again, because you know people will get confused. Even if he's out here doing his little fake kickoffs, he's doing his pogos and everything else, all the chain resets, playing exactly like Dark always does, people are still going to think, who's this Mohammed guy? He's nuts. He's the next Dark. But he's actually getting in a bit of trouble here. He might concede a second goal after missing a double reset. Oski has to do something fancy of his own. He narrowly misses off crossbar. Welcome to the stream, everybody tuning in tonight, of course, but especially to KZ Butler 12, the 32-month tier 1, we got a 58-month tier 1 from Decay Ice, Glenneth with the 5-month prime, Brecca with the 60-month tier 1, Iwell 7 with the prime, 4-month tier 1 from McPoogle, and Passable Pasta with a 30-month prime. Really appreciate that. Cheers for all the support. Yeah, just to echo what I said a minute ago, because I know some people are now going to start tuning in that we've started a game. Yeah, just going to be doing this kind of like a test, because I've got, hopefully my internet's fixed now, but we're just going to test it by streaming a show match tonight, see if it can hold up for a whole match. If we can make it through a best of 5 without any issues, that would be nice. Is Rawas mad after his loss, or where has he gone? I've actually been messaging Rawas, seeing if he's available for a show match soon, because I definitely want to get him back on the channel. But it's a couple of exam weeks in Saudi Arabia right now, so he's been studying and he's been trying to pass his exams. I think he's going to be finished this week, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we should be getting Rawas back in the channel very soon. Hopefully we can get a Rawas first TRK matchup. I reckon there, for me at least, you know, in my opinion, you can have a different opinion if you want, but in my opinion, that's my top 2 in the world right now, Rawas and TRK, just based on their recent results and based on their recent consistency and their gameplay. But yeah, that's up for debate. It's always up for debate. Oh, that was not read by Oski. Pretty difficult one to read at that from Dark. Tried to wave dash to fall to the bottom corner there as well, but no contact, no overextension, however. Keeping Dark active in attack. Tried to catch Oski pre-jumping. Lots of tricks here from Dark on these consecutive plays. Did I watch Next Gen? No, I was away, and then I had internet issues, and then I was away again. However, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't think Fear's uploaded it yet, so that's all I'll say. Now here comes Dark on the ground, and he will snipe the bottom corner with a side flip shot. So many mind games from Dark in these past few attacking plays. He had a little pogo shot attempt, wave dash shot attempt, and then just trying to shoot the ball from distance to catch Oski pre-jumping. None of those were super effective, but none of them resulted in counter-attacks for Oski either, so Dark's looking pretty good here, and he does break it. Oski again. A quick goal after the kickoff. Oski used a lot of his boost and couldn't get back to the ball. Oh, one other thing I've got to mention before it happens is that I do have a late Amazon order arriving tonight. It's like, for some reason, they've decided, oh yeah, we're just going to deliver this like at some point before 10 p.m. It's currently 9:29 p.m. I've had enough of waiting for them. I've just gone live, and then when I get a text, I'll have to go and listen to my door. I can keep streaming, of course. I might have to run to the door at some point during this match, though, which could be interesting. I'll just leave you guys in the capable hands of Dark and Oski. Good positioning there in the turn from Dark. He's covered the goal side shot. Threatens the counter with a wall dash and a big volley. Oski's despite being down and behind on possession stats for most of this game, he's keeping it very competitive. Dark quickly back to the ball, but how about Oski's defense? Might be able to counter-attack this one. Indeed he will. And a pretty easy finish for Oski as well. Tie the game up once again. Third scoreline that we've had. These two players equalise. Another fake kickoff from Dark, and as he often does, keeps it in a shooting position to force his opponent to run straight back to their net. Does not want to give them a chance to fight for a corner boost. He's trying to keep the possession for himself. The back wall, air dribble takeoff. I think a wise decision to go back down to the ground there for Dark in the mind game. Below 50. Had Oski in trouble briefly, but Oski recovered so well. And this is a good chance for him to make something happen. He loses control. Dark actually threatening a bump there. Will it be the same bottom corner shot? No, this time Dark switches sides. Oski predicted it. Kept it under control. Now what's Dark got planned here? He does go for another off the wall air dribble. This reset's looking a bit more dangerous. What a bounce for the Pogo. Dark mind games it and scoots the ball under Oski to take the lead with just 18 seconds left. Well, that was terrifying from Oski's POV. Ridiculous bounce to get himself right back next to the ball. And you know, he's just got a constant threat, doesn't he? He can hit the ball at any moment there. Hold on a second there. I think Oski's tied it. Indeed he has. Well, well, well. We are not done yet. How do you save that shot from Dark? It's a very good question. I mean, most players don't. It's because of the constant threat. He can dodge into the ball at any moment there. He's got his flip as he goes downwards towards the ground, and then he still has his flip, of course, when he comes back up towards the ball. You're doomed if you don't, doomed if you do. And Oski might be doomed here, but Dark rattles the bar. That might be him who's in a bit of trouble. It's Oski with the 0-second goal attempt. The flick goes high and into the crossbar, and into overtime we go. Well, both players are testing the limit, really pushing themselves in offense. Dark with another kickoff victory. He has had Oski's number on the majority in this game. Oski with a smart turn there, forced Dark to jump early. Dark missed the ball as he tried to centre it to himself. That allows Oski to keep control of the situation. He just wants a corner boost, and he gets a corner boost for his trouble. Oski with a vertical air dribble takeoff. Reset is his. This could be the game here. Oski in a dangerous position, and he'll 50 it past Dark with just 29 seconds left, or rather with just 29 seconds gone, I should say, in overtime. Oski comes back and takes his first lead of the game, 1-0. What do you guys reckon? Should I ask Dark if he wants to change his name? Or should we just leave him? I don't mind personally. I think it's... No, there's not going to be any doubt from anyone watching this that this is in fact Dark playing. Just based on the playstyle. One of the most easily identifiable players in the entire world, I would say. If you hide nameplates and go for standard cars. Cheers to Wilmick for the Prime, and also Grant FML with the Prime. From Above with the 14-month Prime, and Exhibit A for the 9-month Prime. We've also got a 78-month tier 1 from M-Dog. I believe that's all the months, and that is a ridiculous number. I appreciate it, man. Why is M-Dog not a VIP? Honestly, I've not VIP'd anyone in forever. When VIP first came out, I think I VIP'd people because it was like, oh well, I suppose somebody should be a VIP. But yeah, it just hasn't really been on my mind. I don't know. What do VIPs actually get to do in a Twitch chat that normal chatters can't do? I should be the one telling you guys because I'm the streamer, but honestly I don't know. I don't know what it changes other than having a wee badge next to your name. Great save by Dark. Oski has thrown down the gauntlet here, 2-0. early in game number 1. They don't have to follow as many rules. They can spam pretty much. Interesting. I mean, I don't really mind you guys spamming, but only to a certain amount. It's more like I don't mind if everybody's typing the same message. At least not right now. When we're doing a big tournament, sometimes it's better to stop that from happening. Oh, what a shot. Oh, that's disgusting. Double reset. Bounces in off the bar from Dark. Look where he took off from as well. Pre-flip at the end to send the ball under the bar. Streamer gets a separate area to view VIP messages so they don't miss them. I don't know where that is, I'm going to be honest. Oh, that just bounced in. Wow, that is some bounce for Oski. He just won the kickoff hard on the inside. It hits off the corner, and it's so rare for that to just bounce straight into the goal when it hits the corner wall like that. Usually it'll bounce straight in off the side wall. Looked like Dark didn't expect this. Either way, Oski was going to be in an exceptionally good position now. Fake infield from Oski, wants to switch sides. That'll give him a great angle to air dribble from. You know, Dark might have had the best goal so far. Oski's going to try and contend him on that. Goes for a pogo of his own and completely falls flat. You can really see when players try and pogo against Dark, you can see the difference in speed in the setup. I think the key for Dark to be so consistent with his pogos is the speed at which he flings himself into the ground, and the even almost air rolling into the ground as well to get a hard bounce, because the harder you can throw yourself into the ground, then the more likely you are to just bounce back in the opposite direction. Of course, you got to be extremely precise, and Dark is very precise with it, but most players trying it against him, from what I can see, just take their time and they really try and place themselves into the ground instead of just throwing themselves into the ground. It's another great save. Oski's testing Dark here though. And like I said, he's absolutely had the best goals up until now in this series, but Oski's been the more clinical of the two players. And we all know what Oski's capable of as well. Ridiculously mechanical player. Very able with his air dribbles and his resets. Hey Jory, it's Exo22 with Tier 1. How you doing, man? Happy New Year to you. Belated. Did I watch the Pogo only 1v1? No, I didn't. But I mean, you don't have to. You didn't have to tell me an outcome there. It's pretty obvious how a Pogo only 1v1 between Dark and anyone would go. Obviously, if he's against a freestyler who knows how to Pogo, and there's no... Oh, that's a great redirect. Not a bad save attempt, to be honest. If you put Dark against a freestyler who knows how to Pogo, and you make a rule against challenging, then maybe a freestyler could give him a good game. But in terms of, you know, Pogos in a competitive 1v1 where the defender is actually trying, he's in a league of his own, and he probably will be for a while. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take many attempts in free play and in actual games for someone to get the same experience as he's got. Reset for Oski. Floor pinch goes pretty softly across the box, but he's still in a very comfortable position, keeping Dark to just one goal in game 2. Dark's lost control of the dribble there. Wanted to set up a big flick, but well, got away from him. Now he absolutely crunches his own crossbar before Oski steals the boost and looks to score a 5th goal. Gorgeous. With 1:39 to go, Oski just lifts the ball graciously into the top corner. Actually missed. Joyous here. Good, just chilling and grinding. I like to hear it, man. Like to hear it. Looking forward to seeing the new Oxygen lineup. This split, it's going to be cool to see. Yeah, what a interesting game we've seen here. Game number 1, I would say, was pretty dominant from Dark with control. Was able to take the possession from the majority of the kickoffs and control Oski from there until a goal was scored. But despite that fact, he didn't get the win. He didn't use that possession. He didn't use all those chances as well as he could have. Perhaps trying to be a bit too flashy. Oski has gone a different path in game 2. Now we've seen him control the majority of the ball. He's controlled the majority of the plays. He's taken possession off the majority of the kickoffs. And he's shown Dark that he is actually more than capable of scoring when he's the attacking player, and we all knew that. Well, I mean, you guys who've seen Oski show matches before, you will know that. He is up there with some of the most mechanical players in the world. You give Oski control, you give him the ball in attack, you're most likely not going to have a good time. Players who have thrived against Oski in the past in ones are aggressive defenders, players who get challenges stuck in quickly and don't give him space to get his aerial game going. Now, Dark's not really, I would say, well, this might come as a surprise to you guys. I wouldn't say he's the most aggressive defender. I think he's extremely aggressive when he's on the ball and when he's attacking. I think he really goes for it. He sends shots on net that most players in the top of the one scene wouldn't even dream of trying. But in terms of defense, Dark does like to back down a lot. He likes to grab back corner boosts and give his opponent a run at him. It hasn't worked well against Oski here. It's a fantastic challenge by Oski. Dark did not see it come in. I think Dark's actually blundered his recovery as well. Oski is looking to complete the sweep here. Keeping Dark guessing. Yeah, Dark just tried a bit much on that last jump. He had the wave dash into the ground, but I mean, well, not sure what he was thinking with the last jump into the wall. It's a constant problem, I'd say, for all of the players who have played with that all-out aggression style in the past. I mean, you guys, I'll pull chat really quickly. Who do you guys have in your all-time most aggressive attackers? Guys who are really pushing the limit in 1v1 and every single attack testing what they can do. Who comes to mind? Naupo's, of course, a very recent example. Jan as well, another very recent example. But historically, I think the first guy who, in my opinion, did that was Devo. And it was the first time that I'd seen someone in ones who would win if they showed up. If he shows up and plays his game, you lose against him. You're not beating him. That's kind of what Dark is trying to do. It's what Naupo has done a lot recently. It's what Jan's done as well quite recently. These guys, when they show up and they play peak offense, it's not playable. You cannot beat that. But if they're like not on their absolute best form, they're not on their absolute best behavior, and I wouldn't describe game one as best behavior from Dark. He hit the bar a few times, he hit the post a few times, he gave the ball away on a few attacking plays. Then you've got a chance, and Oski really dug deep here. He defended well in game one. Now he's in control, and now it's his turn to pop off. That's a couple resets. There's another one. Ivar will deny him the finishing touch, but he's right back on the ball for the next play. And this time he'll cut in field. I love the mix-ups from Oski as well. Oh, he's so hard to read on these plays. Looks like it's going to be a wall takeoff. Dark's up the wall to defend it. Then it looks like it's going to be a flick. Dark's waiting for it to come towards him. Oski just catches the ball and pops it into the top corner. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal mix-ups on the fly from Oski. What do I think of different camera angles in RLCS? More standard ones like football? I don't really like the wide angles too much, because I think in Rocket League you get a much better view of what's happening if you're first person, because a lot of the intricacies and a lot of the little details that pros are able to use to their advantage, you don't see those if you're on a wide view. If you're really zoomed out, I mean, we could have a look right now and you'll see what I mean. So we've just been watching these guys. I don't know where Oski's nameplate's gone, but wait, how do I go back into the wide view? Is it 0? I don't even remember the number. But yeah, we'll watch for a second here just to give you guys an idea what Rocket League looks like compared to first person POV. Like, does it look as mechanical? Does it look as fast? Does it look as precise? I would argue no. It just looks like right now we're watching two players who are ball chasing pretty much. That shot from Oski, had it gone in, if there was enough power. This, for example, like, that looked pretty rubbish, right? Well, let's take a look at first person POV, and immediately you can see Oski, he flips into a position reading Dark's touch, and then he, with 0 boost, manages to beat him to the ball, actually scoring a very good goal from a reading perspective and from a mechanical perspective. It just doesn't look as good when you're in a wide view. You can't see the precise moves. The players just look so normal when you're in a wide view like this. So I'm not a massive fan for the most part. I think it's better if you're close up. I think you can really appreciate the play if you're close up. I mean, what are we watching here? Like, it's hard to even tell if this is good Rocket League or not. But when you get close, you can see that every move is being countered. Oski with a half flip save, now dodging into his net and in and out clear to start a counter attack. Like, everything immediately becomes so much more exciting when you're first person POV, in my opinion. And these are just a few examples. Of course, you could have many more. You could have a whole game comparison, and it's going to look so much better from first person POV. Now, I know that everybody's going to reply to this, and it's a very fair reply to say that, well, when there's 6 players in the field, it's hard for newer players to keep up with what's happening. In first person POV, Dark has to break this. He's down by 3. I don't have any complaints there, personally. But yeah, I think that if there was a way to... That's a save, by the way, from Oski. If there is a way to, you know, have first-person POVs where the camera can also change from one POV to another without having a drastic change of what you're seeing. Like right now, if we do this and switch POVs, we're seeing a completely different angle of the field, 180-degree difference. Couldn't be more different if we tried. That's something you want to avoid. You don't want to be doing, you know, things like this when you're, you know, spectating RLCS, because people, the newer viewers, are going to be like, where are we? They're just going to get lost. But if you can, you know, do stuff like this where, okay, the player's taking a shot and now the ball's popped up, then you know, turn around like this. That's pretty simple, you know. We're seeing the different POV of the same shot. It all makes sense. And you know, in RLCS 3v3, you can get that same effect, I think, by just trying to cover the attacking team predominantly. Like whoever's in attack, you mainly want to follow what they're up to. See the rotation, see how they're following up each other's plays. It's an unfortunate play there for Dark, trying to get a little touch on the end of the flip, but Oski capitalizes on his miss with a perfectly placed bottom corner shot. And you know, it's felt like one of those series where Dark's been pretty close at times to executing his game plan. But every time that he fails, Oski is there to take it away from him. Oh, look at this. Oski with a corner wall double attempt. That would have been outstanding. What we do know now is that Dark has to get something going soon, and he's lost control of a dribble again. Luckily for him, he pre-flips into a demo and quickly gets another attack started. Really, was that the attack that he wanted to be going for with just 30 seconds left? I would argue it's not. I think this is a bit too slow of an approach from Dark. He has to score right now, or else this series will essentially be over, and that's not going to be the goal. The flick is lackluster. Oski is anything but. He's dominated this. Game 1 on a knife edge. Game 2 was Oski all the way, and Game 3, Oski again proven to be just too strong, too consistent today. Dark tried to switch it up with the Octane for Game 3, and it just wasn't enough. GG's, Oski, with a return to the Showmatch scene, and an impressive one at that.